Hello YouTube, welcome back for another instant card analysis. This time on the Extravagant Christmas event featuring our free UR Umi. I'm gonna skip over the SRs this time and just get straight into the URs. Umi. Smile attribute guard type. 5,328 base appeal. Very, very low. 13,182 stamina. Pretty good. And 9536 base technique. Here's where the biggest issue of the card, by far. Restores 52% of her own stamina. Great. However, it has the god-awful 11% skill activation rate. So, to put this card in context, okay? Stat-wise, the closest card gacha stamina-wise, is actually going to be Ice Skating Setsuna. Ice Skating Setsuna caps out at 12,392 base stamina. Umi is at 13,182. However, even though Umi does have more stamina, her tap activates at a much, much lower rate. And if you were to extrapolate this number out, this 11% number out, this actually translates to a roughly 17% stamina heal versus a 33% chance card. Right? If we were increasing the chance rate from 11% to 33%, we would have to decrease this by 1/3. So it comes out to like 17.33 repeating, right? So this card on average every 10 taps is gonna add a lot less stamina than, like, say, you know, an Ice Skating Setsuna. As far as the other stats go, the appeal stat is kind of on par with Setsuna as well. But yeah, again, like, yes, it's a great free card. Yes, the idolized art on Umi is pretty good. But as far as a practical card goes, a lot of these 11% skill activation rate cards are just not great. They're just not good. She does have a same attribute stamina buffing passive, which is okay, I guess. And she has this, which activates her skill activation rate during each appeal chance, but it only ups it by 10%. Which, you know, if, you know, with the skill this active ability, if this is additive, right, this only takes this tap active up to a 21% activation rate, and that's only within the appeal chances. It's not a very good card that it's not a consistent card that you want to rely on it for healing. That's for dang sure. Okay. Then we get into the gacha side of things. So, the first side of the gacha is, of course, Lanzu's first UR. Look at Lanzu all happy over here. 13,260 base appeal, 6,296 base stamina, 13,590 base technique. This part of the stat line is very important. Why? Because this means Lanzu has a crit profile. Meaning, At max limit break, this 13,590 base technique, she has a roughly 56% crit rate. Just pretty dang good. Okay. Tap active, actually the entire kit of the card, tap active, passive, live show active, are all identical to Second Fest Chika. However, much like Chika, right? 11% chance to fill 12% of her gauge. Not good. Same attribute passive, exactly the same as Second Fest Chika. This is where the card deviates from Second Fest Chika, however. Increase skill activation rate by 16% until the appeal chance ends. And this happens on every appeal chance, only affecting this card. So what does this mean? If we're taking this value to be additive for the tap active during appeal chances, this takes this tap active skill up to a 27% activation rate. Now that may sound fine and dandy, but what happens is you need whatever cool attribute song you're playing, you need the cool attribute song to either, one, have a lot of appeal chances, or, number two, have really, really long appeal chances. Now, yes, the stats on the card are great. The same attribute passive gives her a bunch of flexibility. However, the combination of an 11% tap active, even though she does have a way to increase the skill activation rate, basically means she is very, very, very situational. Very, very, very situational. You maybe, and I'm kind of stretching it here, you may possibly use a card like this on, say, Sweet Eyes. Right? You may use this on the Advanced Plus Sweet Eyes for, like, voltage rankings and stuff like that. But that's about as far as the optimization for this card really goes. As far as a song that will be on attribute and gives you extra skill activation rate ups, it's very hard to kind of get both. To where you can really, really maximize the usage of Lanzu's first UR. Is this like a 6 out of 10 meta card? As far as like non-meta players go, like you can get away with the stats being a non-meta player, right? The stats are fine and dandy enough, but I would rather basically take almost any tap active with a standard 33% rate over this one. Even if it's like First Fest Cadden and the SP Gauge Bomb tap active, right? I would rather take that because at least I know it's going to be consistent than this. So, yeah, like for non-meta players, it's like a 7 out of 10 card maybe. Like unless you're like a super Lanzu Oshi or something and you need this card, it's a pretty easy pass. Speaking of pretty easy passes, Christmas Chika, 13,590 base appeal, so matching the tech value of Lanzu, but in her appeal stat. 8948 base stamina, 10,608 base technique. Leaves her with like a roughly 32% crit rate. Okay? Tap active. SP Gauge Bomb. Now this one has a 33% chance to activate. Voltage gain from next skill increased by 32% of her own appeal. This part of the card is fantastic, right? Again, like I always talk about, if the tap skill, when it has like some sort of qualifier, own appeal, own stamina, what have you, if the tap active is based off of the card's highest stat, the card is already a small victory, right? So because it's 32% of her own appeal is her highest stat, great. This works out. 7% same strategy appeal buff at max limit break, and every song start gain 2.7% of her appeal as an SP gauge fill. So this LSA can definitely work out on some of the songs that are a little bit peskier, that have early SP gauge requirements. Something like, Melody. Melody really kind of jumps out pretty quickly. However, there is one little thing with this card. This Christmas Chika, the first two parts of her kit, the SP Gauge Bomb and the 7% same strategy max appeal buff, these two parts of the card are exactly the same as the arena that we just got in the last event. In addition, this is the same attribute and typing as the arena from the last event. Major differences though. The arena from the last event has about 1,000 less appeal, but 3,300 more base technique. This means that while this Chika's tap active is better, Rina is the better center 3 card. Rina also has a 56.76% crit rate. In addition, live show actives. So Chika's live show active only goes off once every time the song starts, right? 2.7% of her appeal. Rina's live show active has a 30% chance to activate during each and every appeal chance, and that's an SP gauge fill of 5% of her appeal. Which means if the song has more than 3 appeal chances, on average, Rina should be giving more of a gauge fill than Chika. And for the most part, SP Gauge Bomb type cards are not really as meta. This is you're probably looking at, for meta players, is like a 4 out of 10 maybe. Rina just does everything just a little bit better. As far as non-meta players go, like, would you be sad if you pulled this card? Not really. This is one of 8 elegant attribute SP type cards that has over 9,000 base appeal at max limit break. This and the Rina are the only 2 cards in the attribute and of the same typing that have the SP Voltage Gauge Bomb tap active. So it is a bit of a rarity. However, is it necessary? Not really. So for you non-meta players, I would give this like a 5 out of 10 probably. Is it good if you pull it? Yeah, it can be good. Are you going to be using it super late game? Nah. Not really. So yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the Christmas banner is definitely a very, very large disappointment. But yeah, that'll be it for this instant card analysis, YouTube. Hope you guys can come join us on Twitch sometime. I'm streaming, depending on the week, 4 or 5 times a week. And yeah, we have the schedule here. If you visit the Twitch page while I'm offline, my schedule will be up there. It's very consistent. But yeah, until next time, YouTube, we'll see you all later. Bye!